Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101 will do music entertainment news. At the end, so just a couple minutes away, we will have tickets for the Gorillas that we announced at this time yesterday at the United Center. That show coming up. So more tickets coming up in moments. First in music entertainment news, yesterday Lollapalooza announced the dates of Lollapalooza, something that we pretty much figured what was going to happen around these dates. Chicago's Grand Park, 4 days, July 30th through August 2nd. So that's the official dates. No bands announced yet. Casey, have you heard anything we should be listening to on this of leaks possibly with Lollapalooza? You always seem to have your ear to the ground.
Well, I'm not going to leak anything. I did hear some stuff last week that I particularly rubbed my hands together like Mr. Burns and was like, ooh, I can't wait to be in Grand Park.
Together in
yeah, I was rubbing my feet together like a cricket. I was so excited because I was like, oh, this band's playing and they're also going to do an after show here and the after show is going to be with this band.
What does it rhyme with?
I'm not doing that.
Why?
Schmortion.
Not far off.
So basically you're Mr. Burns like,
A little bit. But I've said this repeatedly. I had more fun last Lollapalooza, those 4 days. That was the most fun week of my entire year. For as great as Riot Fest was and Twisted was and just, I don't know, spending time with family and friends, that was fine. But Lolla last year was the most fun that I had. And just based on all the other festivals and the way that they're lining up with Hinterland and Outside Land got announced yesterday and Shaky Knees, which is in September, but often has some overlap with Lolla bands. It just feels like we're on the cusp of a really great Lollapalooza year that is going to be really Q101 heavy, and I'm really excited. I mean, the band that I heard last week is a Q101 band, so I'm quite excited for it.
And that announcement will come in the next few months usually, or maybe this month, actually.
We always get the lineup in March. Last year, Lauren and I were just talking about this. I think we got the lineup last year on March 21st.
Okay.
So it's coming up, but we don't have the date for that yet. I don't know the date for that, but boy, am I excited.
Not too far off. That announcement coming, and just the following weekend of that is Foo Fighters at Soldier Field. So pretty busy early August.
Pretty
like
good.
Last year, August was stacked with not only Lollapalooza at the beginning of it, but then 5 shows at Soldier Field at the end of August, and all that stuff in between. August was basically Q101.
It was Q101 because it was Lolla, and then it was Death Cab at the Chicago Theater, and then it was Lincoln Park, and then there was that night where it was like Shinedown and the Offspring, and somebody else were all in town on the same night. There was a Modest Mouse show in there, and then there were the 5 shows at Soldier Field. Live music, best thing to ever happen. I love it so much.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. If and we'll have tickets for all of that, by the way, for Lollapalooza as usual. We always say this. We're so lucky that we have Lollapalooza and Riot Fest in our town because other people come from all over the world to see both of those festivals, and we're right here. You know, it's pretty cool.
And it's why I know so many people are so excited for Warped Tour to come back, and fingers crossed we're going to be sending some people across the country to go see Warped Tour. And Sharon Osbourne confirmed yesterday that Ozfest is making a return next year. And those are all great. But those are great for people not in Chicago. We need to keep our 2 festivals as strong as can be, and I really hope that for the foreseeable future we have Lolla in August and Riot Fest in September, and everything else can work around those.
More in music entertainment news. This made me sad, and I wanted to mention it, that Bruce Campbell announced that he's battling a, quote, treatable but not curable cancer. Now, Bruce Campbell, kind of a king of B-horror movies, comedy horror movies, if you will, the Evil Dead franchise, which to me meant a lot as a kid and spurred my creativity into doing other things. And Evil Dead was my Army of Darkness, my favorite one, of course, of that series of the multiple movies. But just really sad to find that out. Also, I think, Kenzie, you would have liked the Adventures of Briscoe County Jr. It was a very steampunky kind of time-traveling cowboy.
I'm into it.
I think
listening.
It was only on 1 season.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, I look back at this because I was really going through Bruce Campbell yesterday.
Was that sarcastic?
Sorry.
That was super unnecessary.
She would love. I think, Kenzie, we could sit down and we could watch this together. And I thought back on it, and I was like, I remember watching that show when I was a kid, and I really enjoyed it. Then I went through Bruce Campbell's Wikipedia page, and I was like, oh, wow. I was like in my 20s when that show was on. I thought I was a kid in my head. I remembered it being a kid.
Well, because of how you were acting, you just correlate that with childhood.
Think young, stay young, I guess. But really sending some prayers to Bruce Campbell because he gave me a lot of laughs over the years, and I'm sure you as well. Finally, Christina Applegate, there's a story. She's got a memoir coming out. It's called You with the Sad Eyes. And there's a specific story that Kenzie brought to our attention in this memoir.
Get ready.
About her dating Brad Pitt. Of course, she was Kelly Bundy on Married with Children, among other amazing things she's done in her whole career.
Yes.
But we're going back to that time frame for this story, which was in the late 80s when she was at the MTV Video Music Awards. And she invited Brad Pitt to be part of, the posse, which had Johnny Depp and Applegate. She was in love with for years. I don't remember, Kenzie, if it says how long were they actually officially dating back then, or they were just
they were dating. People knew about it.
And they were into each other.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't know if they were telling each other they loved each other. I think I wasn't in their relationship, but they were dating.
Well, the pictures in the book look like they're married. I mean, the pictures they're showing together is Brad Pitt and young Christina Applegate, just really, really in love.
Beautiful couple, I have to say.
And she bailed on him at the 89 MTV Movie Awards to go.
So they showed up together.
Yeah.
Hold on, you're not setting the scene.
Okay, go set it better.
They're officially dating. They went to the award show together. During the award show, while she's there with her boyfriend, Brad Pitt, boom, go Brian.
Oh, okay, there we are. Okay.
Yeah,
while she's there, she bails out on him to go hang out and go after Sebastian Bach, the singer of Skid Row.
She leaves the table and hooks up with Sebastian Bach. Like, she literally states she hooked up with him. Not got his autograph, not went to go flirt. She hooked up with him while her date Brad Pitt was at the table.
And it's funny to say her date Brad Pitt because you have to say it like that. It's not her date, it's her date Brad Pitt.
Yeah, it's Brad Pitt, her date.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like Sir Paul McCartney. It's her date, Brad Pitt.
This is odd. Like, her boyfriend's at the table. She leaves the table and hooks up with Sebastian Bach.
who, by the way, 89, Sebastian Bach, good-looking guy.
No, and I knew you were going to say that. He looked disgusting then. He looks disgusting now.
Why? What do
I'll
you
tell
mean?
what, you know what my husband said to me last night? He goes, Sebastian Bach was a stud. That's what he said. And I'm like, what did you just say?
He's right. Case is wrong on this one.
No, I'm not.
What do you mean disgusting?
He looked awful.
But what do you mean? Because he's got this flowing mane of hair. Now, Brad Pitt, of course, I would say, if I would
say
change
Brad
teams,
Pitt was more attractive.
I would change teams for Brad Pitt, peak Brad Pitt, like
Oh,
Fight
cool.
Club
Very
Brad
brave.
Pitt.
Yeah, very brave of you. Thank you.
I wouldn't change teams for Sebastian Bach, is what I'm saying.
No.
But he had the flowing hair. He was, I think women would say Sebastian Bach and your husband, Kenzie, was a stud. Gorgeous. Was gorgeous.
He was a stud. I've never heard him say that. I was like, do you have something you need to tell me?
But what do you think on Sebastian Bach, Kenzie?
I think I get why women would be interested in him. I wouldn't leave my date Brad Pitt at the
Brad
table
Pitt.
for him.
What if you didn't have Brad Pitt? Would you go for Sebastian Bach?
I don't know. I don't love the word Skid Row. That's not really the life I'm trying to live.
Well, you see, it's a band name only. It's not his
I
lifestyle.
know, but it's like then they're kind of that's not what I'm into. I love like
Brad
Malibu
Pitt.
Mansion. I'd be more into that guy.
Yeah, it's pretty astounding. And then Brad Pitt, her date Brad Pitt, had to take her mom home because she was also there at the awards.
Yeah. So, his girlfriend that he's probably like, so I guess we're breaking up, is sleeping with somebody else. They showed up there. He still drove her mom home because she needed a ride.
That's insane. And then apparently told this story for years afterwards. She said, I guess he's still mad at me because every girl Brad Pitt dated after that, she'd bump into them and say, like, did you really do that to Brad? And she said, yeah, I did. I guess really dumb.
And then they'd go, for Sebastian Bach?
Yeah, for Sebastian.
Skid Row?
Because it's amazing. 89 MTV Movie Awards, Sebastian Bach, despite you're disagreeing on his looks, had power, I will say. I'll use that word. But in 92, he didn't. It was all over once Kurt Cobain went, and then all the hair bands were gone.
Damn it.
So just like a year, she just missed, like the window was really just tight. A very tight window. He was gone.
Son of a bitch.
He's out of there. That's right.
Jonas, son of a bitch.
All right, 312-591-8300. Call right now. The Gorillas, the Mountain Tour 2026 at the United Center at the Madhouse. We announced this yesterday. Thursday, October 8th. Gorillas. There's an artist pre-sale information, and the tickets go on sale next week. All that information on Q101 social and Q101.com. So check there about buying the tickets, but free ones are much better. So call right now. 312-591-8300. Caller 10 is going to see Gorillas.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Tomorrow, right around this time, Ticket Blitz Thursday for Mumford & Sons at Wrigley Field. It'll start it at 8 o'clock, and then we'll do it every hour after. What a fantastic show it was, Chicago Theater last year, that intimate show. They've played Twisted. They're so damn good. And finally, Wrigley Field for Mumford & Sons, which will be really, really magnificent. So Ticket Blitz Thursday tomorrow, every hour on Q101 Mumford & Sons at Wrigley Field. Also want to give a shout out to Slice Factory, which dropped off the biggest pizzas I've ever seen in my life. 2 28-inch pizzas. Kenzie, I don't know if you knew this, but they were bringing them up. They had to go through a different door of the front of the NBC Tower to bring the box because the boxes wouldn't fit through.
That's what I'm talking about. Larger doors, people.
I mean, a 28-inch pizza. It was massive. It was delicious. And we love them to death, the Slice Factory. Or maybe there's one popping up in your area. They seem to be opening more and more spots. So if you have any catering needs, especially with St. Patrick's Day coming up, have people over the house, with March Madness basketball games, with Cubs opening the rest of the month, all these things happening in the next 3 weeks. You have people over your house watching sports or just family get-togethers for catering, perfect, or just grabbing yourself a slice or that big 28-inch pizza. I'd love to see if you can eat the whole thing yourself, Kenzie. 28-inch pizza.
I feel like I could do it.
I think you could do it, too. Slice Factory, thanks so much for dropping off those pizzas yesterday.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
What are you taking away from today's show with Brian and Kenzie on Q101? Text in your takeaway right now, 312-591-8300. I can't imagine the takeaways from that 7 o'clock hour when we talked about St. Patty's Day and the different colors you can wear. So 312-591-8300. Your takeaway from today's show, get them in right now at 312-591-8300.
The Q101 Morning Crew. Sports.
So some really, 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 really bad news with the Chicago Bears, then some good news on the way. We'll let Kenzie decide if the good news outweighs the bad. The bad news is, very big surprise yesterday, a Chicago Bears Pro Bowl center, Drew Dahlman, announced he's retiring at 27 years old after 1 year with the Bears. And normally you'd say, well, yeah, he came to the Bears and decided he doesn't like football anymore. But they had a great year last year, very historic, and it's because of him, to be honest. He signed a 3-year, $42 million contract last offseason, and $6 million up front, by the way, on that 3-year deal. He'll probably have to give back $4 million of it if he doesn't do the last 2 years, which it seems like what's going to happen here. His 6th NFL season, best performance. He started all 17 games. The biggest problem with the Bears for over a decade is the offensive line. They found their problem with, at least he's a big part of it, the center, the most important part of keeping Caleb Williams relaxed. And what did he do last year? 7 comebacks, NFL record. It's because a lot of it of Drew Dahlman. And they went from last to first in protection of the quarterback as well because of this guy. 27 years old. He's got 2 years left on the contract. So, Kenzie, he's made $25 million so far in his lifetime career.
Pretty good. Okay.
If he stays just 2 more years, he'll have 49-point-something million dollars.
Oof. Just for 2 more years?
Just for 2 more years of just getting your head knocked in.
Gotta say, if you're married to him, kind of worth the risk. You know what I mean?
I don't know if he's married.
Is he married?
In case maybe you can look that up and see.
Remind me of his name.
So it's Drew Dahlman, Dalmandrew, first name. And this is the thing. We don't know why. I'm concerned that maybe he's had a massive amount of head injuries we don't know about. And in the last decade, learning about what CTE does to you, the concussions, repetitive on there can. And I've seen this because I worked in sports talk radio for a while where you see these athletes later on. And you can see it affect even Jim McMahon from the Bears. And so many players, it affects getting concussions. And what his position is, you're getting hit basically every play of the game. And his dad played in the NFL, so maybe he saw what his dad did. We'll probably get a statement from him today.
Hear me out. What if he's like, you know what? My knee feels a little weird, guys. I can't this season, but I'll try again next season. And then he says the same thing next season, and then he doesn't play at all, but he's on the team. He's watching, and he makes $49 million.
Okay, good thought.
Yeah.
We had the Lonzo Ball theory where he had many surgeries, but they couldn't find the problem, and he kept sitting and making $18 million here and there. But they do have doctors that look through stuff. It'd have to be a really good fake job, and somehow, they do so many tests on these players. This is guaranteed money, by the way. So they're not going to just give it away. And there's insurance on these players, too. There's a lot of doctors that come in and will check things out. Kenzie, sell it again. I think my knee's not feeling well. How'd you do that? How do you do it?
My knee, guys, this season, it's not going to work for me. I'm in my bench era because my knee hurts.
I'm in my bench era?
My knee, not feeling good. Some may say no bueno.
Some may say.
Now, Ben Johnson's crazy. I wonder how that sell job would go. I'm in my bench era. No bueno on my knee, guys.
Good, better bench, am I right?
Good, better bench.
Just trying to get that 25 mil, not me.
Okay.
He does not appear to have a wife. He does appear to have a sister named Kate. I'm on her Twitter account right now. But
How'd you get to his sister already?
The sister is listed in the Wikipedia, and her Twitter comes up very quickly. Her name's Kate.
Yeah, and
I'm
sounds
not,
like you're
I'm not
interested?
seeing a wife. Look, if Kate Dahlman wants to give me a buzz, I wouldn't say no, but I'm not seeing a wife anywhere.
I wouldn't say no if she DM'd you.
Or, call, text, whatever. DMs, just however she wants to reach me. Carrier pigeon, she seems very pretty and very smart.
Well, he is single. No one's pushing him like if Kenzie was married to him. You get out there. You've got 2 or 3 or 4 years left.
I believe in you. I believe in you. And you need to believe in yourself.
So that's the really, really, really bad news. I'm really bummed about it, but I'm sure he's going to make a statement soon, and I think it will have something to do with probably doesn't want to end up in a really bad health situation. And he's got $25 million, not to mention probably some endorsement money from, things like that probably made more money too. But
I respect any athlete that wants to step away because they're worried about long-term health effects. Would you respect him if he walked away from the NFL because he was like, guys, I've got a crypto thing going on, and I'm just really focused on this going forward?
Good Lord. I mean, I can't throw him in the lake because he's bigger than me.
He's much bigger than
Way
you.
bigger than me.
And it would affect my chances with his sister, which I wouldn't appreciate.
Yeah, don't do that to Case. It's rude. This
Please.
could actually
Yeah.
really work out for
Well,
him.
I know you've got a really good shot at his sister.
Why not? I'm a nice guy.
Sure, you've lost 50 pounds. You look great. You look amazing.
Okay, Brian's going to beat her and be like, hey, you used to be a real fat ass.
That's basically what he just told me.
Let me be your wingman on this
I
one.
do not need you to be my wingman ever.
Where did he grow up? I don't know what city.
He grew up in California.
Oh, so you got to make a trip out. His sister probably lives out there, I imagine.
Well, I'm looking at a photo of her near Lake Michigan right now. So I think she lives here.
Think she's
Go
in town?
stand where the photo is and look for it. Hey.
Listen, hit my dude up, man.
Hit my dude up, man.
Hit my dude up.
Kate, if you're listening, I promise I'm nicer and more affluent than Brian is. More eloquent.
Yeah,
true.
let's go out and get some beers and some apps, and then maybe we get to know each other.
There's a Panda Express open in Wrigleyville. You want to go there?
That's a good open.
Oh.
Kenzie, would you take that invitation?
Like if Case was going to bring me?
Well, yeah, I guess it's Case coming to you,
Yeah,
and
that's
you're
fine.
single.
Case can bring me to Pitt Express. I'll take it.
The Panda Express has a walk-up window by Wrigley. Are there tables inside?
There's tables. I'm dining in today when I go.
Dining in.
What hour, you want people to join you? What hour are you going?
Well, I don't know yet because I have an interview with a band at 1:30 today. They're coming into the lounge. I'm very excited to talk to Ned from the band Glitterer, who used to be in the band Title Fight, Wilkes-Barre legend. I'm stoked. That interview could go for a while. And then after that, I'm making the trek to Wrigleyville, to the Panda Express, going home, preparing for tomorrow's show, and then going out to Sub T tonight to go see that band. So busy day ahead. I don't know when the Panda Express is going to happen, but the Panda Express will be happening.
Well, he'll go Instagram live from Panda Express when he gets there, so just keep a track of Case's Instagram and then meet him over there.
Just got to wait for a few more people to trickle in before
Yeah.
I start my orange chicken.
All right, Brian, I see you're in. I see Kenzie's in. Who else is in here?
Oh, that's everybody.
We're going to give it a minute to populate here. Okay, that was the really, really, really bad news that I'm really upset about, that the center's retiring. The good news is some information possibly dropped that the Bears could be playing in one of the international games, and we're looking at, Madrid in this situation because it was announced that the Falcons are going to be playing in Madrid. And these are kind of trickling out. There's not all the information is out there about the teams that are playing in these games. A couple in London, 3 in London, 1 in Madrid, 1 in Germany, 1 in Rio, 1 in Australia, 1 in Paris, and 1 in Mexico City. So the Rams and 49ers already announced for Australia because it has to be West Coast teams to make that 16-hour
Okay,
flight.
so one off the table. We're dying to have a Bears game in one of these. They got to get plays.
The Cowboys are one of the teams in Rio.
Okay, so still have a chance.
The Lions are one of the teams in Germany.
Still have a chance.
The Saints are one of the teams in Paris.
So, unless we're playing, I didn't know a Paris team was announced. Are we playing the Saints?
I can't remember.
Pull up the schedule. Are we playing the Lions? We need to know if we're ruled out for any of these games, actually. So for sure, we're not in Australia. Case pulled the Bears schedule.
Sorry, let me get off Drew Dahlman's sister.
Put your penis back in your pants for a second.
Stop listening.
Okay.
He's been done with the show. He's been
I know.
out. He hasn't even listened
I
to what we're
know.
doing.
He looked shocked when I called him on it. I'm like, we are live on the radio, Case.
I care about the international game so much less than you guys do. Who did you ask if we were playing?
Are we playing? Wait, so hold on. You listed a couple. So Australia's a no.
Yeah, that's the Rams.
Australia's a no.
Okay.
The Saints are playing in Paris.
Are we playing the Saints?
Yes, we're playing the Saints.
Okay, so that's still on the table. Who
That's still
else?
on the table. San Francisco is playing again another international game in Mexico City because they're West Coast.
Okay, we're not playing the 49ers.
Okay, so that's
Okay,
those.
so we're not in Mexico City.
Are we playing the Cowboys next year?
We are not playing the Cowboys next
So that's
year.
Rio's off the table. Are we
Son of a
playing?
bitch.
And we obviously are playing the Lions next year. They're playing in Germany. So we're playing that.
So Germany's on the table. Paris is on the table. London games are on the table, and so is Madrid.
And Madrid's on the table, and maybe being more of the hot button part here because the Bears are a good contender to be the opponent because they have marketing rights in Spain, as do two other teams, the Dolphins and the Chiefs. The Dolphins played last year in Madrid. They wouldn't bring them back to Madrid again. And the Chiefs...
Under what jurisdiction would they bring them back to Madrid again?
First off, it's the Dolphins. No one wants to see that.
That's fair.
You're just trying to sell the NFL internationally. Don't bring the Dolphins to Madrid.
Again.
You know what? That's fair.
Garbage. And then the Chiefs, who also had a rough year, but also
They'll be
big
fine.
brand.
Yeah, they'll be fine.
Are we playing the Chiefs?
We are not playing the Chiefs.
Oh.
Why would that matter? Chiefs haven't been announced.
Chiefs haven't been announced, but they also have rights to Madrid. They have
Right,
the
but
marketing.
isn't half of Madrid announced?
Wait, is Madrid? Are the Chiefs playing the Falcons next year? Get off our Twitter. That
So
girl's
the
Twitter.
Falcons have been announced for Madrid.
Yes,
We are slotted to play the Falcons, so there's potential for that.
potential there. But are the Chiefs playing the
The
Falcons?
Chiefs are playing the Falcons.
Oh
Son of a
crap!
bitch.
God.
Jonas, son of a bitch.
All right, we'll see what happens. Hopefully by tomorrow we'll have that announcement. It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Get to your takeaways after Papa Roach.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Lauren on her way in today, and we'll get to your takeaways right here. Brian and Kenzie on Q101 from today's show. Case, what do you have?
I want to mention real quick, at noon, Lauren has a special Chicago edition of The Women Who Make Q101, as it is Chicago's birthday today. I don't think Lauren wants to say who she's featuring, so we're going to leave it
Really?
a mystery. Yes. So we're going to leave it a
Rhyme
mystery. I'm not doing rhyming either.
You guys never play my game.
We do Clash with Kenzie every day at 7:10. That's your game.
That's really cool. That's awesome. She's doing that today on Chicago's birthday. Now I'm really intrigued. My brain is spinning.
Who could it be? A woman from Chicago.
I have a couple ideas.
Yeah, me too.
Takeaway from 708 is that orange chicken from Panda Express is clearly Protestant. That's really funny.
God. We went back like thousands of years to cause a war today in the
No
show.
kidding.
Kenzie, what do you have?
Jeremy texted in takeaway. Most people just want to drink on St. Patrick's Day. Kenzie wants to ignite a holy war.
That's right. Who knew?
I did it as of a few hours ago.
And finally, takeaway from Paul, checking in from the 219. Takeaway. 407 beers ago from Abe Lincoln.
Quote Abe Lincoln.
What is on the podcast case?
On the Brian and Kenzie podcast today, we started the show by Brian reaching out to a distressed Pokemon community. Very nice that Brian could offer solace to a community so in need right now.
I care.
A lot going on in the Pokemon universe, way more than I thought there was going to be. Also today in Clash with Kenzie, we have never had a competitor with the background of today's competitor in Clash with Kenzie, a really fun game where we learned that we are mentally, physically, and spiritually far weaker than this person. A must listen there. Also, speaking of must listen on the Brian and Kenzie podcast, Kenzie did offend the entire Irish population of Chicago. And if you're Irish and you're just now joining us, you're going to want to go back to the Brian and Kenzie podcast to hear what Kenzie had to say.
And you're also going to want to show up to the broadcast a week from Friday. And, picket out front, maybe, of Lizzie McNeil's a week from Friday, depending on what outfit she's wearing.
That's true.
That's what's going to describe what's going to happen there at Lizzie
Not
McNeil's
good.
a week from Friday with our St. Patty's Day broadcast. One late takeaway from Nia in Wrigleyville. Takeaway, I can't. I'm in my bench era. My bench era.
Good, better, bench.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.